Well, good morning, Aspire members, and welcome to another version of the Rundown. And we will be covering the board meeting from April, and I'm here today with our president,
Good morning.
Jessica Brutzman. Hi.
Hi.
All right, here we are. Even on a rainy day, we're here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cars loaded, ready for DC.
So I'll let you take the first one. Cars
Yeah.
ready for DC. I like that.
So the first things first is we are hoping to pull together a task team to review our policy manual. It has not been updated since 2021. So there are a few things in there that do need to be adjusted and changed. So if you have any interest, go ahead and email me and we'll get that started hopefully soon.
And not to divert too far from that, but the policy manual will also be impacted by whatever comes down from the DOJ and from NAR over these issues that we've been talking a lot about lately. Mm-hmm. So yes, that all got to be worked into that revised version.
Right.
So I wouldn't look forward to seeing that until close to the end of the year, actually.
Right. I'm hoping to get it started and keep it running.
And speaking of task teams, we have another one.
Yeah, President-elect Deirdre Carroll has formed her Realtor Safety Task Team. So they're going to start reviewing some of the policies that are in place with NAR, and we're going to go ahead and start implementing some of those things here locally, and then looking into other safety things that we can implement to keep each other safe.
And you've been pretty busy. We've been working on an organizational succession plan, and our president has taken the lead on that conversation, and I have deliberately stayed outside of that conversation. So how's that going for you?
Oh, it's a heavy lift. We'll just say that. Succession planning is our way of making sure that we have all of the necessary bullet points in place when we lose a staff member. So that way we can fill those slots. It is not in any way, shape, or form regarding anything directly regarding retirement or anybody leaving. It is just for us to make sure we have all of our ducks in a row in the off chance that something happens.
Well, and not only that, but with everything that's occurring right now, what does the future of the association look like? What's the future of the MLS look like? So those are all topics that are part of the succession plan, and it's actually changing in real time right now. Mm-hmm. Just when you think you've got a handle on things, something comes along that changes everybody's thinking. So we mentioned that we're going to Washington, D.C. for mid-year meeting,
yes,
leaving this weekend to go there for the next few days. That's going to have a real impact on that plan too.
Yes, I'm hoping we come back with a lot of great information to help guide our path along the succession and strategic planning and for our policies. So a bright spot in our minutes this month was the success of the Sustainability Committee's Earth Day event. We took in 1,500 pounds basically of paper and files and things, which was light from what it was the year before. We took in 7,500 pounds last year. So I guess we helped people clean out a lot of closets and old files last year. So we may have to wait another year or two before we do this again, just to make it worth everybody's while. But that was still a substantial amount of paper. And the big ad this year was the e-recycle. Yeah. That guy did a great job. He did. He was super kind. He took in 10 or so bins of e-waste for us. And then he did join as an affiliate member afterwards. So we did gain him by hanging out with us all day. So we got to see how cool we were.
So if you missed the event, e-recycle is out off of Blue Star Road or Blue Star Highway or whatever they call it. Drive, thank you. Just south of US 31. And you can go there anytime. If you've got old computers or old electronic equipment that you want to divest yourself of, and rest assured they do a very good job of clearing old computers and stuff and hard drives and things before they break them down, either get rid of them or they resell bits and pieces for people who need that sort of thing. So it was very secure, and he hauled away like 9 or 10 laundry bins full of stuff. So yeah, glad to get that stuff properly taken care of and not in a landfill for somebody to have to deal with 50 years from now. So
that was a great event, and we thank everybody who volunteered. Virtually all of the committee volunteered. You volunteered.
Yep.
So
I
yeah.
got to make the hot dogs. I didn't.
You got to make the hot dogs. That's right. And good hot dogs they were. So board also heard a presentation at the board meeting from a group called AIRDNA.
Yes. AIRDNA is a company that collects and assembles all of the information regarding short-term rentals and across the nation and worldwide, actually. So they're able to collect data, put it together in comprehensive formats so that we can study what our impact is in the area for those short-term rentals.
And the Public Policy Committee is the one that brought this to the board's attention. We watched the presentation. This is a tool that's not inexpensive, but it is a mile deep with data that could be used to study the short-term rental situation in our region. And if we were to move forward, the idea is that the association would have a seat of this software and they would use it for research purposes only. But if you're an individual who's into that sort of thing on our board, I would suggest that you go out to AIRDNA's website and take a look at what they do. This is something that you can buy a license for yourself if you want. But if you're big into short-term rentals, this is something you might want to investigate. It would help us in our dealings with township government, local issues related to short-term rental, city, county. So it's a wealth of information put in a format that gives us the ability to find a specific nuance about short-term rentals. But we haven't decided that we're going forward with that just yet.
We have not made that choice yet, no. The biggest thing is there's a lot of information coming out still about short-term rentals. Nationwide, there are other associations doing research. They're utilizing grants as well to pull together the data. So we have a lot to talk about, a lot to discuss. If you're interested in public policy, they're always welcoming people on those committees.
And there's going to be a session at the mid-year meeting, the legislative meeting on short-term rentals that a couple of our folks are going to sit in on and try to get more information. If you know of a competitive company like AIRDNA, please let somebody on the board make them aware of it. Call Connor here at the board office if you would like to let us know about it. It gives us a chance to look at other companies that do this sort of thing and find out who the competition is and what their price points are and that sort of thing. Would also help a lot with our conversation. So, and with that, we move to a closed session on the budget, and the good news is
always riveting.
We try to make it as interesting as possible.
The budget is always fun.
Yeah.
So we did pass our 2024-2025 budget, and I hope we get to look forward to some more success in the coming year.
Big shout out to our Budget and Finance Committee for, they've got it down to a streamlined process now, but also to our staff member here, Laurel Intermel, who's our financial manager, who basically starts the package, puts it together, and then starts it down the path. Things went very, very well this year, so kudos to Doug Swartz, our Secretary Treasurer, and we're off and running. We're in good position to start the next fiscal cycle.
Yep, it's nice to be on solid ground.
Looking good. So, I think that's all we had.
That's it.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys next month.
We'll see you next month, and we'll give you a report on the legislative meeting.
Yep.
Thank you.